one and all. Welcome to the first of its kind mentoring session, the Startup Masterclass. This mentoring session will be a hands-on experience for all the participants to learn some innovative techniques about how to increase the reach of their product and what should be their sales and distribution funda. But before the session kicks off, let's show you something interesting, how Empresario 2018 came to life.
Give an intro to the first mentor that we have. A professional with more than 2 decades of experience. He has a long history of working with reputed firms in the publishing and printing firms both overseas and in India. He has been a successful entrepreneur and established Aspire Media Private Limited for the flagship portal for SMEs. So please put a round of applause for Mr. Dojo Joseph. So we request you to please take your seat on the stage.
Good afternoon, friends. I would say probably my name is a bit difficult to pronounce. My name is Dojo, Jose. Can you all hear me? Can you hear me now? Right. Okay. My name is Dojo, Jose. I am a publisher of a magazine titled Small Enterprise. It started in 2010. This magazine is all about educating an SME or a startup on their day-to-day business requirement. So way back when I was working for a technology publication in the Middle East, I had an opportunity to meet with a few of the Indian official delegates who had come across to meet with the UAE counterparts. So as a media, we went to cover the event and had this magazine which I was working for, which was a magazine for SMEs in the Middle East. So they asked me, what do you do? And this is back in 2007, where the word SME was not much used across this region or specifically in the Middle East. No banks had SME banking. No companies are specifically targeted at SMEs or startups at that time. It was a recession in 2008 which gave a big push to the entire economy, SME and startup ecosystem in the entire region. So this person told me, why don't you look at India? India's got a huge SME market and there's no SMEs specifically to educate them or to take their business, how to take the business to the next level. So that's when we looked at this market and started publishing this magazine from 2010 onwards. Not known to many people. It's specifically focused at SMEs and startups, and it's available on digital and the hard copy as well. So when we initially started in 2010, we did a 10-city roadshow across metros and Tier 2 cities. So we started with Delhi being the capital of the country. We thought it's a great place to start. So we had the sponsors like Cisco, Entrepreneurship Institutes and Tata Telecom and so many other big names. So all the sponsors were present, and we started at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock for about 5 people. We were looking at about 150, 200 people coming in. We had more than 400 registrations, so we expected about 150 people to come in. So 10 o'clock, 5 of them came. About 10:30, another 5 came. About 11 o'clock, we had about 15 people. So that was the first experience that we had it's not easy to get an SME to educate. I mean, they would never want to come to a classroom again. So 3 cities in Delhi, Ghaziabad and Gurgaon was a major setback for us. So why I'm saying this is, we are talking about failures, right? We are talking about failures and what makes an entrepreneur more stronger when he goes through a failure. So this was our first learning experience. Refund the money back. But one of the sponsors, they came across and said, so hold on, no, we will help you. Change the format, run the show for the next 7 cities, but make sure it's household. So we took a gap of 1 month. We changed our partners. We put more ecosystem partners into it. Ran quite a few innovative campaigns. We got more registrations. So starting from Mumbai, Pune, Vadodara, everywhere it was a runaway success. We had more than 200 people everywhere. And the biggest, and I would say, I still remember when we did it in Calcutta. Most of the people said, don't start at 9 o'clock in Calcutta, start at 11:30. So they'll only come at a bit late. And the entire ecosystem is not geared up to the rest of the markets. Calcutta is a slow, laid-back city. So please take your time there to start. But for a surprise, there was a big queue at 8:30 onwards in the morning. And we found Calcutta having 150 people coming up morning at 9 o'clock, and we started on time. So it's a perception in people's mind that, you know, that this market is not good or this market is not. Every product has got its own plus and minuses. So here we talk about a startup's fear when you approach an investor. So we were discussing about the same. So I'm not getting into the financial aspects or the number crunching, but I'm just telling about the mindset of a startup when you meet an investor. So when the first thing what runs across the startup would be, what kind of percentage should I share with the investor? Or what kind of equity will we be asking for it? So none of them want to share their the major chunk of their money. So how many of you have approached the investor before? 1, 2, 3, 4. So four of them. And what were your experience? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now, what were your expectations about your stake? Right. I mean, see, not many investors will give that kind of a confidence initially. Before we are talking. Thank you. We are talking about your mindset, a startup's mindset when you approach a. See, I'm sure most of the people have seen the Shark Tank, right? If you see Shark Tank, it's been produced in such a way that they want more viewers to come back to see the seasons again and again. They ask for 80%, 75%. It's a real killer show, actually. So this you can't, it's not the real situation in a startup world. Nowadays, the investors know that if they have to keep the founder happy, they have to really give them a stake which keep them working hard and, you know, respect them for what they have bought in. And I'm sure that that kind of a relation will go on very well. So basically, this is all about a startup's mindset before approaching an investor. Today we had a press conference with Mr. Chris. So we were asking the same question. He told, as this gentleman who came before us said, any investor would love to see a startup who have failed before. The only reason being that startup has become more stronger, and the investors' expense or the investments will make more value for the money because he has learned from it. So never be afraid of being a failure. I mean, that's where you gain your experience and you become more stronger, and you will learn many things in your life, and probably that can gain more confidence, and probably you will not only launch one product, it can help you launch many other products. So my main point was to bring the confidence into the startup's mind, because you all might end up doing a business either today or tomorrow. So the kind of perseverance in your mindset is just to move away that fear in you, how to approach and what kind of stake is going to ask, or if I am a failure and never got a funding so far, will I ever get a funding? So your first presentation may be a kind of a flop show, I'm sure. You go for a second presentation, it becomes even better, and a third. So never stop with one. Keep attending as many startup events or pitch sessions. Saying so, we're going to have one of the biggest startup event in Mumbai on 15th of May. It's called the Aeonian. It's a Greek word for unstoppable or endless possibilities. So we are tied up with Deloitte. There's about more than 2,000 startups who are registered so far, and we're expecting more than 3,000 or 4,000. Again, there's going to be an SME event as well. So in total, about 4,000, 5,000 entrepreneurs coming in. So every day we are getting a lot of emails on, I've sent my registration, have you gone through it, sir? Is it okay? Will I get a chance to pitch? What do you think the investors will ask? They'll ask for more money or more stake. There's so much of worries among startups. So we are not in a position to answer each and every one, but this has prompted us to clear their kind of a air, saying that don't ever think of the consequences or what they're going to ask. What do you think is comfortable, and what do you think can make this business grow? Put it across. I'm sure the investors will understand. If they don't understand, we have more than 300 investors coming in. So there's so many people that you can network and put across your ideas. I'm sure either one or the other will click. Thank you. Movie buff, I would suggest that, I mean not suggest, which influenced me at certain point was the movie called Intern. Yeah. So that only gave me a thinking that intern is not only for students. Intern can be for anyone. It's nowadays there is a company called Jobs for Her. I don't know how many people have heard. There is a company who are working with us now for housewives, or who's been working and took a sabbatical after the first delivery or whatever it is, and never got a chance to go back to the company, or they lost their market value. They join us interns back. So this is influence, and we have a lot of people working with us. There are a lot of international interns willing to come to India. There's a company called AISC, it's a ISAC, which is a non-profit organization. They say that India has got the highest number of expat interns across the world. And all of them are willing to work in startups, not in the MNCs. As I said, we have an event coming up, and it's been validated by Deloitte and a jury panel, which also includes Dr. Sunil Shukla for the awards as well. Only 50 of them will be selected out of this, and we have another 10-15 days more left to close the applications. So we were going through all these applications, all this what we have got so far. We can see the passion about business plan or the pitch the startups are making. But when we discuss internally with a lot of investors, most of them feel there's no real substance, and they don't see that kind of scalability or the sustainability there. And that is why, and most of the presentation, they are not very clear about the exit strategy. So initial stage itself, that is get disqualified. You never get a chance to come on the stage. It's not an open area that everyone come and pitch. So you should be very, very focused on your product. You should, it's just a passion is fine. But look at the market, it's changing every day, every moment. Technology is changing. But you should also be very careful and is it going to be unique? What is the USP? Is it going to make money? And for me and for my investor, because they are there to make money. They're not here to just feed you. Investors make money from maybe 1 out of 10. If they get 2, they'll be lucky. They know that 8 to 9 are going to be failures. But that doesn't mean that they're going to take chances left, right, center. They will be more careful. So when you put your plan, when you put your business plan, do a proper study, do a proper research, well planned. You take your time. Don't just jump. And just for the sake of this is a pitch happening, let me find out, put a plan and send it across. 100% sure it will not get through to the final stage. No way.
As promised, this session would be a first of its kind and unique one, and they have delivered up to that extent. And so we are thankful to all our mentors and to all of you for making this masterclass a huge and a successful one.